Hello everyone, I am Defudge3004. Welcome back to Space Engineers. In the last time that we were here, we took out the turrets on our little station that we found. Oh, don't get stuck in there. And now we need to figure out a way to go up inside of here and really see if we can loot whatever's in here. Because this is a station, there are thrusters on it, and maybe we can actually get it back to our base and see if we can do something with it, like rebuild it or something. And for those of you who do not know, if you wanted to, like, let's say you wanted to keep the station, if you go to Control B, then, okay, I don't have permission to blueprint this ship. That's how you would blueprint it. Like this one here, that's how I got that in. Control B, and then press F10. That brings up your blueprints, and then you can just either use a projector to build it, or you can just go to creative mode and paste it in. It's really easy to do, but I just wanted to let you guys know how to do that. Let's see if we can actually get inside of here. I don't know the best way to go in. We're just gonna have to look around and see, but we do got to be careful because, as I said in my last episode, there may be turrets in here. Let's start by taking this door out. Okay, let's back up. There's air in there, or at least there was. Let's just very carefully come through and see if we can find any turrets anywhere. There may not be any in here. We don't know for sure because we have never been in this ship. We're just... bet you there's gonna be some up there somewhere. I'll bet you anything. Okay, that's a command chair. That's a bed. It's a bathroom. Doesn't look like there's actually going to be anything in here to actually kill us for once. How do you like that? I don't know what that block is. Oh, that's a thruster. Okay. We did some pretty good damage to this ship when we shot it, but it's still salvageable, and we can't get to any of these containers, obviously. And the only way that we're going to be able to fly this thing or see what's inside of it, because we don't dare move it just in case, and I'll show you what I am talking about. There may be warheads. Let's grind this down. Then let's rebuild it. Now this will be ours. Let's go to I, control panel, Gatling turret, gravity generator, gyroscope, and let's just carefully look through here and see if there is anything that may have like warhead or anything in it. Okay, it doesn't look like anything's gonna have a warhead, which is good. That means that we will be able to slow it, help us slow down with it. As long as that's the case, we are a-okay. Because sometimes some of the ships will have warheads on them. You go to turn the thrusters on to slow yourself down, and you blow up because that warhead has been activated, and yeah, it's not a pretty sight. So we're doing okay with this ship. Let's see if we can possibly get him back over to our base, and then we can figure out what we're gonna do with it. We'll probably end up building a grinder to really take him down. Here's a survival kit. Okay, it's all offline. 2 batteries. All right, so even if we did grind, you know, generator or whatever down, then we would actually be okay still. They put wheels on here to help hold some of these things in place for the whatever these are supposed to be. I'm not too sure. Look like antenna or arrays or something. And then of course we have the antenna down here, and we can also take this antenna over, and then it will not become an enemy. So let's go ahead and do that. Grind you down past that line, and then rebuild you. Now this will be our ship, and now it's going to do blue. But we'll have to go through everything and make everything blue if we really wanted to keep this ship. This should just be a pillar, interior pillar, and I don't know. Okay, they just put a regular light up there. That's cool. Oxygen farms. All the thrusters on here are going to help move around, but I'd much rather not move them if at all possible. Gravity generator or a gyroscope. So they got a few gyroscopes on here, so there should be a lot of good material. Alright, well, we need to jump this guy back home somehow, so what I'm going to try to do is see if I can get some of my landing gears on maybe like something like this. Because since this is good and attached to the ship, we should be able to use it to jump back home, and then we will see about doing anything that we need to. There's nothing in there, so we don't have to worry about him shooting us. Even if he could, he can't. Now comes the fun part of maneuvering this guy. Looks like we still have a little bit of damage right there. Thought I fixed all that. Good thing is these heavy armor blocks can take a beating and still be a-okay for the most part. Alright, time for the maneuvering, and we will still see about going to the planet, whatever, that one right there, soon. I want to try to get this back and maybe see about building like a grinder to grind that down, and or even use a welder to fix it up, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but that'll be a good bunch of resources there. Let's get back in here. Now comes the fun part. Okay, that's up there. Oh, this thing moves so slow. Turns pretty nice though, actually, considering that we do have a ton of weight, which is 1,917,681 kilograms. Thinking about maybe putting on some more thrusters eventually too, because this thing is just way too heavy for its own good. Let's turn it back like that. And without having the thruster damage on, it isn't going to break everything when we, if we were to happen to, go up like that with our ship here. Let's turn them like that, level them out, and slowly come down and just try to hook onto them. Lock onto him. Now, let's see if we can find our base. So again, we go to I, control panel, and then we go to the jump drive. Right there. Should be fully charged, and then we can just come down here and actually find our base. Right there. Select. Alright, now let's go ahead and go to number 2. Jump. Wait, jump was aborted. The grid is static. Okay, we're not going to be able to move this without making it a unstatic grid. So now we get to turn it into a ship. At least I hope it works that way. Let's find our entry point. Go to the cockpit and make it into a ship. Which is what that one was supposed to do that I built. Info. Convert to ship. Okay, there we go. F. Now we should be able to jump this guy right back home. Sweet. Go. Yep, jump destination base distance to the proximity of your coordinates, 532 kilometers. Achievable percentage, 100%. Ooh, 2 million kilograms this time. And everybody's good. Yes. Now that we're back at where our base is, which is going to be somewhere around here, so all I got to do is figure out which direction it is in. Base, wait. There you are, right down there. 1.47 kilometers down that way. Okay. Well, this guy's going to fight us. Nope, there we go. Go up to go down. And with those thrusters on, it's going to be a pull to get him over there. Now, let's... Oh, I see we're going backwards. Okay, never mind. Okay, we gotta stop. Is it going backwards, man? Oh, this is gonna take forever. We're not going really very far, are we? No, we're not. And because those guys' thrusters are on, we're not gonna be going hardly anywhere. Let me go shut those guys off or something real quick. And as soon as I get that done, I'll come back and then we'll get this guy back home. Now that I got those thrusters shut off, I also just went ahead and turned the ship around to make it so much easier. That way my strong thruster's facing this way. Now I should be able to pretty much glide the rest of the way. This will be a lot of good material for us to use, that's for sure. So all I gotta do is just get it to go home, and since everything isn't gonna be working on it, that's gonna be the best. With that big thruster, you sure do speed up fast. Less than a kilometer away from home. It's going to take a good little bit to stop this baby, as the 2 million kilograms that it is. Let's turn this around. That's our other ship that we can't move. Sometimes by wiggling the mouse, it can make it turn around a little bit quicker. So if you're having problems with that, just wiggle the mouse a little bit. 'Cause sometimes it kind of gets stuck or whatever. Okay, there we go. Now we're going in nice and right above it. Alright, we'll be stopped here momentarily. I hope. Yeah, we're almost stopped. We'll actually be right above our base. That's actually really good. Alright, we got that much done. I did go ahead and move this drone facility down quite a bit closer to where we need him to be, so hopefully that will be okay. And then we need to see about what we're going to do about our other ship that we can't move. Like I said, a grinder I think would be the best thing, but I gotta figure out, do I want it to be a large grinder or a small grinder? I really don't know yet. I just gonna have to play it by ear and see what I'm gonna do. That's gonna be the biggest challenge right now. And again, I think what I'm gonna do is probably try to make room on here for more thrusters. And as long as I have this ship right down here, instead of taking a whole bunch of time to actually make a whole bunch of thrusters, I can use it because yes, I did cheat this one in, but I didn't have a whole lot of choice or spend another however many hours trying to build this ship again, and that was not going to be a very good option because then, well, I may never get this ship done if I did that. So I will probably use those pieces to put on a few more thrusters, probably not all of them, or I could even use the one that's on that ship up there that we just got. I'm gonna have to figure that stuff out and kind of make a decision on what I'm gonna do, and hopefully it will be the right thing to do. Let me go make this guy land. We'll shut stuff off, and then we will figure out our next steps. To shut everything off, press Y. And maybe that wasn't the best idea. Let's actually turn this off. And then we'll open up this door. That will suck the air out. And then we can open up this back door. Otherwise, we gotta grind stuff down. Okay, we still lost air. Whatever, that's fine. We didn't actually lose that much, so... Now, we're not going to be able to turn anything on here, but there will be no more oxygen coming through either. Alright. Now, yeah, I'm going to have to probably put a small landing gear or two on here, unless I make a big one, but I'm thinking about using about 3 of these large cargo containers, and then putting like 3 grinders on here. And it doesn't have to be as... It can just be plain Jane, excuse me, plain Jane like this one is. Maybe I can make it a little bit colorful instead of just this drab gray that I make everything. And that might actually be a good thing to do. And then, like I said, start grinding down this guy and see about this guy. Now, the more of this stuff that you add in to around your base and everything, the worse it's going to be for performance for your computer, because these things are going to take up a lot of room, and that's going to not be the best thing, because well, a lot of room in your memory is what I'm trying to say, and then these things will not help you out any at all. But that's all right. We got to figure this stuff out as we go anyway. That looked like that's what I thought. This is one of the blast door corners, and you can see that this thing takes 130 steel plates just to make that. And there are like other pieces you can add to it. So if you want a blast door, you can make some good blast doors, and they're really super strong. If you want to have like a real bay that doesn't exactly seal the oxygen in or whatever, that's perfectly fine with those. These are window pieces right here, and most people would recognize those if they've been watching the channel. I have built a little bit of these, actually, to be honest. I don't know how many I actually have built. I know on other things I have built quite a few, but in my base, and especially down here, I know I built quite a few of them, and on the original game when I was playing, I did build some too. Alright, let's get this guy off. Actually, we don't need to move this guy off of here. We can leave him there and just start figuring out how we're going to build things, because that's going to be the hardest part. How much do we have in here? 3,000 blocks. And we have all of this, which is all that stuff floating around when that antenna was destroyed. We could still go in there and loot all the stuff out, but I'm not really seeing a need to right now. Nothing's going to shoot us. We could always go over there in our little one of these ships or something and just go take a bunch of stuff out if that's what we wanted to do. I'm also, like I said, thinking about building a big capital ship and putting that guy inside of there, but that's going to be a project for a much later day. Let's go. Do we have any? How much steel blocks do we have? Okay. Keep on pressing the wrong buttons here, man. Cool. We have enough to actually build a portion of it. Let's find our one. Let's go and look right there. Number one. Turn him like this. And put him down. Sweet, he's facing the right way. Cool, that's what I was hoping for. Now, let's start getting things going. This is going to be quite the process, so it might take quite a while to do. Start with that. What's the design that we had on here? Maybe we can continue that design, put down a couple of light blocks, and then continue building this as we go. I'm going to start, excuse me, I'm going to start working on this ship, and I'll come back here in a couple of minutes, and we'll see the kind of progress and see the shape that it is taking, and I will talk to you guys then. I have the basic layout for this ship done so far. I haven't built quite everything, but I had to have some parts built before I could put on other parts like the gyroscope and different things. I'm going to build these parts here in a minute, and I'm going to have to I can maybe do these connectors, or these conveyor frames is what I meant to say, here in with the other ship, the welder, but I just want to try to get these guys done because the welder may not fit down in these areas. Okay. That much is done. So you can see that I have 3 grinders on here. I have 2 going upright and the 1 going sideways. It doesn't matter, just like these welders. It doesn't matter if it's going up and down or to this or sideways. It really is irrelevant. And I moved the beacon. I originally had it underneath here, but then I realized I wanted to have a connector so that way I could connect to the base and actually charge this thing and move stuff and whatever else. I'm not going to charge it with batteries because I'm just going to use the reactors because they're so much better.
Energy low.
And again, I'm low on energy. I've already done that like at least once, maybe twice. Let me go and put that on there. I can get that guy built with a welder. I hope there's enough room, I think. And let me get this guy filled up. Okay. Let's get in here and let's start getting that guy built. And I also try to make those grinders do just like these do, or at least I hope that they will. So I put on the block tools, and I'm just going to do that on the G bar. Whenever I get this thing going, let's go build what we can of this. So I don't have enough to build all of that right now, I guess it looks like. So sure isn't building very much of it, I can tell you that much for sure. Don't really know why. I know for these I should be able to build these pretty much, I hope, all the way, but we'll see. Okay, there's one. Let's go see how much of this is going to be built. Okay, let's go see what all we can do here. Doesn't look like we're gonna have enough of whatever it is that we need. I'm not too sure what that is yet. Just definitely gonna have to go look to see. All right. Try not to smash into anything if we can help it. Let's get out. Let's go see what we're missing. What are we missing from here? Smalls and steels. Okay, I can do that really easy. I'll just go ahead and grab guess I do have quite a bit of steel plates in here. Let me just... be far easier for me to do this here instead of going all the way up there. This one probably... Yep, just the steel plates. Added most everything else. I forgot to put those on the welder. And looks like just the steel plates. Good. Which means probably just the same thing for these ones up here too. And the small tubes. Alright, we can do that. That's not that big of a deal. Sweet. And then I will color this guy. Let me just get this stuff built. Let me see, that's 12. Probably just go and do quite a few small tubes. Production. Let's go and do, let's do at least 30 small tubes. That'll help us out. Help us build whatever it is that we need. So we're going to need 6 on there, and then we're going to need like 12 on there. So 4 times 3 is 12. 4 small tubes. 4 tubes there, and 4 tubes there. Now this grinder is going to grind stuff down really quick, and with all 3 of those, it should be able to hold a good portion of stuff. Maybe not everything. But be sure that when you are doing this, if you just want one container to like be your holder container and the other ones to be satellite containers, turn these so that they face the big container, because when you have the small ends in, it's not going to do as good for transferring material. Like these guys right here, it can't transfer big things like the large steel tubes and stuff like that because they're just too big to go through there, but they will go through here. Okay, we have that done. Now all we need to do is add the thrusters and then of course the uranium, and then we're gonna go see if we can maybe go and do something with this. Everything is ready to be welded up on here for the thrusters, and the ship should be pretty much done. I have come to a decision on what I'm going to do with this. As I said, I thought about grinding it up and using all those resources, but because we spawned this one in pretty much free of charge, I think the right thing to do is to take this one and just delete it. If I can go into creator mode and just delete the whole thing, get rid of it. Maybe I have all those things in the cargo containers, but I don't think I'm going to worry too much about it because all that stuff was also on that ship. And instead of using all of these parts and everything, which we could do, but this one was free. And I know it was a lot of work making this one, but I'm just thinking it'd be fair for everything involved just to delete this one, and then we don't have to worry about it. And then that way I'm not just getting free resources when I can come up here, take this one, grind this one down. What the heck? Okay, so there's loose metal up here. That's awesome. At any rate, grind this one down, and probably because of those right there, probably broke those when I was landing or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna grind this one down to be used, and any of these I will find, I will just use these guys because ones that I found, they are free resources, yes, much in the same way this one is, but I didn't spawn those in. Let's get this welded up here real quick, and then we will call this an episode. And then the next time that we're in, we're going to take this guy out, and we're going to see about grinding that up. And the reason why I made this so big is because you want to be able to hold everything that you can in there. I'll probably can put another landing gear down here, make it a little bit more better, I hope, and that's what I'm going to try to do. And one thing I also noticed when I come in here, I cannot see that middle grinder, but I can see the other two, and you'll notice that that yellow stripe, I'm going to be able to see those spinning, so I'll know if they're working. But the middle one, if I would have put that one upright, then I would be able to see it too. But as long as I can see these, I know this one's going to be in the same, in same line with those. It's just going to look a little bit different. So let's do this. I've already shut all of these off. I went to the control panel and put them all in a group along with the lights, and I did put on a couple of spotlights. Let's get these guys done here first. So I have them going down, up, side to side, and back and forth. You have to do that unless you want your ship to be totally wrecked. Because if you don't, you're going to go somewhere and you realize that, you know, you're not stopping when you're going up or down or whichever direction. And that's not exactly the most funnest thing to be in. Okay, looks like this side is done. 2 up on this side, 2 down, 2 back and forth, and 2 backwards. Or at least 2 to the left, I guess. 2 to the right, and then of course the same thing as far as backwards and forwards and up and down. I decided to go and put on the big ones because I thought that would be good in case we really do, you know, need to get out of somewhere, or we just need to get back and get our ship parked for whatever reason. We should be able to do that fairly quickly and still slow down. If not, I can make more parts. Okay. This ship, nope, not quite. Almost, not quite. Sweet. Okay, this ship is now done. You can see the spotlights right there. Let's go ahead and get some uranium out of here. We should have quite a bit. Let's just take shouldn't need any more than like 30 for right now because we're not going to be going all the way across the galaxy or anything. And let's put in 10. And 10. Okay. I thought I shut them off. Apparently I did not. Means the lights will be on too. That's alright. Let's go into here. Control panel. Lights off. Thrusters off. And that's all I'm going to do for right now. I will color this guy. The next time we will get him a nice different color. What I'll probably also do is color this one. Not that I need to or anything, but I just think it would be good to. I'll disconnect him from there so that we don't have to worry about it. And we'll just make this one color, that one another color, and then everything will kind of start having a little bit of colorization to it. And yeah, it's just only right that I grind this ship down and get rid of it, and then that way I don't have to worry. Even though I could grind it down, this one is the exact same as that, and I did all the work on this one, so we have that one. Let's just get rid of this. I'm going to see how to do that. If not, then I will just grind it down in creative mode, or you know, get rid of it however I can, and that will be the end of that. And when we come back, this ship will be gone. So, this is Space Engineers. I am the Fudge 3004. We got this ship back home. We went inside of it. There was no danger inside of it. I didn't know if there would be or not, but there is not, and that's actually really good. There's a gravity generator. There's all kinds of stuff on here, thrusters and everything. So we can use these ones for, you know, building other ships or whatever. And we got it back home. We actually did capture it, and it worked really good with using our other ship over here to jump it back home. That worked out really good. We have a fighter, and then hopefully sometime we will also have a capital ship, and now we also have a grinder. Now you don't have to make them this big. I just chose to do it because I want to keep the things in here, and then I can maybe hook it up to a container and, you know, get like have a large container of this size, but the full size ones, the large block ones, and we'll put all the stuff in there, and then we can build from there. Thank you guys for joining me here. You guys have a great day. We'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.